Here we are, week 3. 0-2. Obviously, you just saw us drop another one. We're gonna steer this ship in the right direction. See if we can't get in the win column here in a game that we should absolutely win. It's our home opener. Coach Brewski's got the Warhawks ready. Shouldn't have took too much to get them ready for this game. We're playing the Contadors of FCS Southeast. Certainly hope that this gets us in the win column and turns this bad start around. Looks like Austin Carlisle is going to get the start again at quarterback. He's had a rough first two and a half games. He was replaced against the Dragons, but he is going to come back out and get the start here today against the Commodores. He drops back to pass on first down, dumps it into the flat, completion for 5 yards. Bring up 2nd and 5. Carlisle drops back again. Throws it underneath. It's a 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and inches. It's a handoff to Jamison. It's going to depend on the spot. Does not look like he's going to get it. It's going to bring up 4th and inches. Well, Warhawks are going to keep the offense on the field. Carlisle again drops back to the pass. Hits a quick tight end over the middle. A very risky play call, but it pays off. First down, Warhawks. There's pressure instantly. Carlisle hits the edge, picks up 9 yards. Takes a hit before he falls out of bounds. This is 2nd and 1. Toss out to Jamison. Jamison's going to get the first down this time around. Picks up the first down, moves the ball up to the 41-yard line. Carlisle alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Gets absolutely demolished by the Commodores linebacker, but not before picking up 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Again on the handoff up the middle. That's Donald Chainley on the carry. Picks up the first down. Carlisle again back to pass. He's again scrambling for his life before he gets his head took off by the defensive end for the Commodores. Bring up 2nd and 16. Carlisle again scrambling. He's got Trujillo across the middle. Can't get enough power on it, and he throws an interception. He keeps the trend going. Turns the ball over. The Commodores are going to take over the 41-yard line. Commodores looks like they brought a blank sheet of cardboard to the game. Flemings leads the defense back out. Quarterback keeper. He's brought down for a loss of 3. Should be a common theme. Today's game. Defense should handle the Commodores, no problem. Quarterback again going to keep it. Picks up 2 yards before he's dragged down. Looks like the Commodores offensive lineman's hurt on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Again, back to pass, rolling out, and he's again brought down. That's going to be Jackson Parker there for the first sack of the season for Mr. Parker. It's going to be 4th and 17. Here comes the punting unit for the Commodores. He's got an absolute bomb of a leg, kicks it out of the back of the end zone. Here comes Carlisle leading the offense back out onto the field. Jamison in the backfield, in motion. Carlisle hands it off to Jamison. There's not much there, and picks up a yard on the play. Carlisle back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Gets the edge. Runs out of bounds as he crosses the 35-yard line. Going to be first down, Warhawks. Carlisle again back to pass. Doesn't look like he has anybody open, and he's just going to throw it away. Commodores with another injury on the play. Cheney lined up to Carlisle's left. Trujillo comes in motion. Going to be a pitch out to Cheney, and it fooled nobody. It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Warhawks. A beautiful dot across the middle from Carlisle. That's going to pick up a first down. Carlisle finally completes a pass. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. Carlisle gets loose, takes it up the right sideline, and gets absolutely decked out of bounds, but not before picking up a great gain down to the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Warhawks. Carlisle again back to pass. Doesn't look like anybody's open. Pocket's closing in fast. He just gets rid of it. It'll be 2nd and 10. Carlisle keeper. Looks like he might have an angle. Picks up the first down inside the 5. First and goal, Warhawks. It's like a heavy blitz. Carlisle gets it out. That's going to be a touchdown. Warhawks take the lead right at the end of the first quarter. It's 7-0 with 34 seconds left. It's 2nd and 4. Fleming's again leading the defense. It's going to be a first down for the Commodores. John Stone on the carry. Fleming's there to take his head off. It'll be a loss of 2. Another great play from the defensive leader, Noah Flemings. End of the first. Warhawks finally have a lead. Hoped it would be a little bit bigger against such a lackluster opponent. But a lead is a lead, and a win is a win. And that's what we're trying to get out of this game. Here we go to 5 wide. It's for 2nd and 12. Drops back to pass. Hits the tight end underneath. Noah Fleming's is there right away to wrap him up. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Quarterback on the keeper, and Fleming's again with a big hit in the backfield. Going to bring out the punt unit. Walker's back deep. And this punter has the best leg we've ever seen. Once it's 60 yards in the air. Warhawks are going to take over at the 20-yard line. They hand off to Cheney up the middle. Goes for about 5-6 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Carlisle again back to pass. It's hitting the backfield. They're going to rule it a fumble. Commodores are going to pick it up, and they're going to take it for 6. Warhawks are going to throw the challenge flag. Coach Brewski's not happy. Looks like Carlisle's hand was moving forward. But we did have one of these in a prior game. The refs did not agree. And the refs are again not going to agree. The call's going to stand. Carlisle's going to have another turnover on the record, and the Commodores are going to tie up this football game. Cheney again back, receiving the kickoff. Takes it out to the 21-yard line. Carlisle's back out. You got to think he's got a short leash here. This is a must-win, should be an easy win. He continues to have problems turning the ball over. Cheney gets the carry, runs over a defender, picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33. Hand off to Jamison. Jamison's turn. Picks up 9 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and inches. Coach Brewski keeping the ball out of Carlisle's hand. Ball on the ground. Jamison again on the carry. Gets the edge. Picks up 10. Brought down at the 45-yard line. Across midfield. Carlisle back to pass. And almost throws another interception. You got to question the play call there. Coach Brewski. They're having great success on the ground. Carlisle seems like a turnover machine. He takes the ball out of the running back's hands and gives it back to the turnover machine. Back on the ground with Cheney. Picks up 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Carlisle back to pass. He's a wide receiver over the middle. That's going to be a 1st down. Carlisle again back to pass. They bring the pressure. Carlisle tries to hit his running back, and it's dropped. But finally a decent play from Carlisle, throwing the football. Cheney's just not able to hold on to it. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. They bring the pressure again. Nice comeback route. Decent ball by Cheney. Decent ball by Carlisle. That is again dropped to bring up 3rd and 10. Commodores continue to bring the pressure. Carlisle's going to roll out, pick up the 1st down by himself, ducks out of bounds. 1st down as we enter the red zone. Carlisle again back to pass. Again pressured. Dumps it off to Trujillo. Trujillo throws a spin move on. Picks up a block and is brought down at about the 6-yard line. Jamison lined up in the backfield to the right of Carlisle. Carlisle hands it off to Jamison. Jamison goes in the middle, untouched. Touchdown, Warhawks. It'll be 14-7 Warhawks. So kickoff with 2:22 remaining in the first half. Commodores are going to take over. Warhawks defense has looked great. 7 points came off of another turnover. Flemings leads this defense back out. They hand the ball off. Flemings again makes a great tackle and a big hit. Only a 1-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from their own 26-yard line. Wide receiver in motion. He is going to pitch it to him. And a great play by the weak side linebacker, Jackson Parker. Makes a tackle for a loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. The Warhawks defense is definitely playing with some confidence today. And it's sacked. He's brought down by James Smith, the defensive tackle. It's going to be 4th and 17. The Warhawks are going to get the ball back with about 1:15 remaining in the first half, looking to extend their lead. And they get a big return out just short of the 50-yard line. They got 1:11, 52 yards to go as they look to extend this lead before halftime. Carlisle again looking for Trujillo. Trujillo reels it in, makes a great catch, and we're down to the 26-yard line. Still 1:05 remaining. Trujillo bailed Carlisle out a little bit on that throw. It's again overthrown. Carlisle's going to roll out to his right. He's going to keep it himself all the way down to the 10-yard line before he's dragged down. Commodores use a timeout. And come out in 5 wide. 1st and 10 from the 10.5-yard line. Carlisle back to pass. Tries to get the ball away. A risky throw as he's hit. Almost intercepted. Falls to the ground, incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. Carlisle again back to pass. Commodores bring the pressure. Carlisle's hit and he fumbles and is recovered by the Commodores. Yet another turnover for the freshman Austin Carlisle as Commodores take over at the 18-yard line. Surprisingly, they put the ball on the ground, pick up 8 yards, bring up 2nd and 8 from their own 26-yard line. Only 47 seconds remaining. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He is going to pick up the first down, but that's going to keep the clock moving once the chains are set. It's going to be first down, 40 seconds and counting. They still got about 70 yards to go. They do decide to pass. Quarterback's looking around, throws one off his back foot. Is able to complete the pass over the middle. It's going to be another first down for the Commodores. Again, back to pass. Quarterback gets hit as he throws, and he just gets that one away. Very smart. No interception risk. Stops the clock. It's going to be 2nd and 10 with 23 seconds left. Again, back to pass. Quarterback's dancing around. Nowhere to throw the ball. Takes off by himself, and Flemings is there again to bring the quarterback down. Keeps the clock moving. They're out of timeouts. This potentially is the last play of the half. He's still dancing around, looking for someone to throw. And he throws it right to us. Intercepted with 3 seconds remaining in the half. Corian Wilson comes up with the interception. And that's the first interception of the season for this Warhawks defense. Carlisle comes back out. Commodores are in prevent defense. 3 seconds remaining. Carlisle drops back. Looks like he's going to again call his own number. Just doesn't have enough room to get loose. He's dragged down short of the first down marker. That's going to take us to half. Coach Brewski talking it over with his safety, who just picked off the Commodores. Going to open the second half with only a 7-point lead. Coach Brewski could be heard screaming at his offense from outside the locker room at halftime. He's very upset with the way they've played to start the year and then again yet this game. Trying to motivate them. He's very pleased with the way the defense is playing, saying that it would be a shutout if it wasn't for the offense. And here they are again, second. Big stop up the middle. Held them to a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 5. Fleming's trying to get the crowd involved here on 3rd down. Hand it up the middle. He gets loose, picks up the first down, breaks the tackle, and is finally dragged down at the 34-yard line. First down, Commodores. Flemings misses the tackle. John Stones takes it for 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Commodores again looking to run the football. Only picking up 2 this time. It's going to be 3rd and 1. The 43-yard line. Warhawks crowd the line of scrimmage. It's another handoff. He's got some room. Takes it up over the 50, down to the 41-yard line. Flemings again makes a tackle, but this one's farther downfield. Not where you want to see your linebacker meeting the running back. Quarterback keeper. Jaden Callender on the stop. Loss of 1. Warhawks again crowding the line of scrimmage. That's another option. And a great tackle by the corner to save the Warhawks from a huge play. He was the last man to beat. And Johnstone was going to be off to the races. 3rd and 8. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Warhawks are able to drag him down after a game of 3. And here comes the field goal unit for the Commodores. This is no gimme from the 36-yard line. The Commodores kicker has got a leg. Puts it right down the middle with plenty of distance. Warhawks are going to take back over at their 25-yard line. Only up 4 in a game they should win pretty handedly. Carlisle scrambles around, has a naked wide receiver down the field, and underthrows him by about 30 yards. He's back to pass again. Scott Trujillo. Trujillo makes a catch. It's going to be brought down just short of the... And short of the first down as we lose another offensive lineman. Carlisle directing traffic, 3rd and inches. Commodores look to bring some heat. Trujillo over the middle. Reels it in. First down, Warhawks. Carlisle looks to be gaining some confidence, which is what's led to some dangerous situations. And he fumbles again. And the Commodores' defensive tackle is again there to recover the fumble. And they're going to take over in enemy territory. The Warhawks are just having a hell of a time on offense. Their struggles continue. Now in the 3rd game, just showing that it's not just early growing pains. We're 3 games in. They're still having the same mistakes, same struggles, with no end in sight as they struggle with an FCS opponent here. A huge hit by the safety, Carl Flantroy. No gain for the Commodores. Brings up 2nd and 10. And the Commodores make us pay. See, Rock Johnstone carries the ball down to the 4-yard line. And Johnstone's in for the touchdown. The Commodores are going to take the lead. Cheney back to receive the kickoff. Can't make anything happen, but does get back to the 19-yard line. Here comes Carlisle back out onto the field. Hands it off to Cheney. Cheney with a decent run. Picks up 7. 2nd and 3. Jamison now in the game at running back. Jamison's going to get the carry. Gets dragged down just after the yard to gain. First down, Warhawks. Cheney back in. Cheney gets the carry. Another 4-yard carry for Cheney. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Carlisle on the carry. No gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. On an almost must conversion here. Carlisle delivers a strike over the middle. Going to be just enough for the first down. Moves the chains. First down, Warhawks. Cheney fumbles again as he's hit. It's going to be a 14-yard loss as they're able to recover their own fumble this time around. It'll be the last play of the third quarter. Cheney delivers a strikeout over the middle. Picks up 19. Makes it a realistic third down attempt. It'll be 3rd and about 4. As we see the stats at the end of the third quarter, the Warhawks defense, again, has been phenomenal for what they've been held, for the hand they've been dealt. This offense just continues to turn the ball over as they attempt to save face and escape the terrible upset by the FCS Southeast Commodores in their home opener. Be handoff up the middle to Jamison. Jamison stiff arms, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle before he's dragged down at the 35-yard line. Derek Jamison showing he's got that dog in him today. Carlisle by himself in the backfield. He's got Trujillo naked down the middle of the field. Trujillo's going to score. Touchdown, Warhawks. So they get back out in front, 21-17. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. It's a sold-out crowd today here at Malone Stadium. And by sold-out crowd, we mean there's 300 people in the stands. Fleming's leading the defense back out. Pass over the middle. Dragged down immediately. A gain of 4 for the Commodores. Quarterback keeps it. Dragged down by Flemings and Amos over the middle. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Big hit on Wilson. The Commodores are able to pick up the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A huge hit by Flemings again forces a fumble. It's recovered by the Warhawks. And this defense is doing everything they can to will this Warhawk offense to their first win of the season. Hand off to Fleming. Fleming bounces around in the backfield before picking up 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Carlisle back to pass. Hits Trujillo over on the sideline. Picks up about 10. Trujillo's dragged down at the 31-yard line. Cheney in the game. Handoff is to Cheney. Cheney's dragged down after about a yard. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. Carlisle back to pass. And he is brought down for a massive loss. Another sack for Dustin Fairweather in the Contours defense. It's going to bring up 3rd and 18. Knocked out of field goal range by that sack. Carlisle, again, trying to do it himself with his legs. Carlisle's going to squeak out the first down on about a 19-yard scamper. It's going to be first down Warhawks. Jamison on the carry. Dragged down after about a 3-yard gain. Commodores are going to start using their timeouts. 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. The Warhawks are down inside the red zone, 17-yard line, 2nd and 7. Cheney's going to get the hit. Jamison actually is going to get the handoff all the way up the middle down to the 2-yard line. The Warhawks are going to have the ball 1st and goal. Cheney lined up to Carlisle's left. Carlisle takes a snap. Big pressure, gets the ball off, and that's going to be a touchdown. Warhawks are going to take an 11-point lead. 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Oh, barring a miracle, the Warhawks are going to escape the upset threat. They're going to get their first chalk up in the win column. A missed tackle. Amos drags him down just past the yard to gain. Be 1st and 10. The 37-yard line. Back to pass again. Quarterback's looking to run. Gets hit very hard and just throws that away. Callender with the pressure. Coach Brewski is looking to celebrate his very first win as a head coach at a collegiate program. And there's Flemings with another huge hit. Be a gain of 5. 3rd and 5. Clock keeps ticking. The Warhawks look like they're going to get out of here with their first win. Incomplete pass across the middle. 50-50 ball. And it's 4th and 5. The Commodores are down to their last chance. It's back to pass. It's a dot delivered over to the right sideline. It's going to be first down. We're going to stay alive with 1:57 remaining in this game. Another massive hit by Flemings. Clock continues to run. 1:45 and counting. 2nd and 5. Drop back to pass. And Flemings certainly has to be the player of the game. Comes away with the interception. Gets the Warhawks the ball back with 1:40 left, an 11-point lead. They're just going to be able to ice this game out. Jamison says not so fast. Takes off to the left. Picks up about 15 yards. Coach Brewski knows that Jamison needs 4 more yards to eclipse that 100-yard mark on the day. So he is going to give him another chance. Jamison is going to pick it up. That's going to take Jamison to 103 yards rushing on the day. Now they're going to come out in victory formation. And Coach Brewski has done it. Round of applause. Didn't think it was going to take all the way to week 3. The Warhawks finally get in the win column. Nick Trujillo, phenomenal day. 6 catches, 112 yards. Gets the player of the game, but it's a controversial one. Yes, he did score a touchdown, but I think somebody else did a lot more that contributed to that win. and willed these Warhawks to victory. Carlisle, passing stat line, not very indicative of his play today. 66% completion percentage with 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushed for 89 yards. But that's the number that's going to kill us. He fumbled 4 times. A lot of those fumbles, 2 of them, I believe, were incomplete passes, but were ruled fumbles. We cannot be turning the ball over 5 times a game. Derek Jameson averaged 7.9 yards a carry, rushed for 103 yards and a touchdown. But where I believe the player of the game should have came in, Mr. Noah Flemings, the junior linebacker out of Austin, Texas. 7 solo tackles with 5 assists for a total of 12 tackles. 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, an interception, and a forced fumble. Was an absolute beast out here and deserved player of the game today. But Trujillo takes it. We won't complain. We're going to celebrate this W. Hopefully keep the train going on to the next week. Buck Ludwig, he's going to visit this week. That means we got FAU. Our job went up to 100% safe. All it took was 1 win. There's Noah Flemings, deserving Sunbelt Player of the Week. Doesn't get National Player of the Week, but some recognition for anybody on this squad is better than none. We're very happy with his performance. We're going to take on the 2-1 Florida Atlantic Owls. We are home. It's going to be our 2nd home game of the year. Hopefully our 2nd win of the year. We got Buck Ludwig in attendance. He's our number 1 touted recruit at this point. Would be nice to get a verbal commit out of him this week. We need to be able to start putting points elsewhere, because we're only going after 6 guys right now. That's all we got the points for. So we would love to start landing some recruits. Winning some games is going to help do that. Take a look at the top 25. Obviously, we won't be there. Any BYU's in the top 10. Virginia's up in the top 10. No shockers just yet. Again, we're only in week 4. We are 10 points behind them in every category in terms of overall. It's a pretty big game for us, the direction of the season. We can either move to 2-2 and be sitting at 500, or we're going to fall to 3-1. We're probably going to lose our only recruit that's in attendance at today's game. There's Coach Brewski, still riding high off the victory last week. Let's see if we can keep it rolling against an actual FBS opponent this week in the Owls. It's Maroon Day here at Malone Stadium. Hey, everybody's marooned out. We're going to try to send these Owls back to Florida with a loss. Derek Jameson led the way for the offense last week. Carlisle turned the ball over too much. Let's see if we can limit those turnovers today. Ride our defense to victory. You get a gain of 1. A broken play right there. Cheney gets the handoff. Up the middle, breaks a tackle. Drags a defender. We're looking at 3rd and inches. Jamison into the game as the power back. Jamison gets the ball up the middle. He's going to pick up a yard or 2. Good enough for the first down. Warhawks move the chains. Carlisle in the backfield by himself. Has a lane up the middle. He's going to take it. Takes a big hit, but not before he picks up about 14 yards. It'll be first down Warhawks. Cheney back into the game at halfback. He gets the ball. A 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Cheney again on the carry. He's got a lane. Take it across the 50. And that's going to be another first down for the Warhawks. Carlisle again back to pass. He takes a big hit and a sack. Kenyon Garner on the sack. It's going to be 2nd and 18. So we fall back to the 50-yard line. Carlisle again back to pass. Hits the tight end. A little bit of a hospital pass. Tight end drops the ball. It's going to be 3rd and 18 from the 50-yard line. Drive stalling out. Carlisle again back to pass, and he's going to be sacked again. Nobody's getting open. Our offensive line's not blocking. And the offense stalls again, 4th and 25. Here comes the punt team. Punt goes into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the leader and heart and soul of this team, Noah Fleming, leading the defense out. A huge hit. Jars the ball loose. It's going to be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Checks it down on the outside. Massive hit by Amos. Gain of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 as the Owls hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Throws it short of the line to gain. He picks up the first down, breaks the tackle, and Flemings is there to make the solo tackle. And it's going to be a sack. I don't know who that was. That was Jaden Callender again. Back-to-back weeks with a sack. Huge play. Brings up 2nd and 19. Keeps the Owls behind the stick. Running back motions out. Certainly going to be a pass. Quick little pass over the middle. They're able to pick up everything they just lost. It's going to be 3rd and 8. As the Warhawks look to get off the field. Drop back to pass. Delivers a bullet. Breaks a tackle. Picks up a nice gain. Crossing the 50 down into the Warhawks 35-yard line. They're going to hurry again back to the line of scrimmage. Drop back to pass again. And it's a blown coverage. Quarterback can't get the ball away. He had everybody wide open on that play. Not sure what happened. Miscommunication with the defense. Luckily, we were able to get home, force a bad pass, and incompletion. Keep it on the ground. Gain of 2. And bring up 3rd and 8. And Calendar, after making the nice play, jumps off sides. We give the Owls a free 5. Bring up 3rd and 3. We're at 28-yard line. We'll see if the defense can hold them to 3. Man in motion. Run up the middle. Huge hit in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 2. The Owls are going to keep the offense on the field on 4th and 5. Empty backfield. And they're going to pick it up. About a 10-yard gain down to the 14-yard line. Owls are going to keep their drive alive. Quarterback's directing traffic. Drops back to pass. He's got nowhere to throw the ball. And he's going to get sacked again. I believe that was Calendar in on the sack. And it was. Number 19. They've run the ball up the middle. Nobody's home. Amos finally drags him down. But it's going to be a first down. First and goal from the 1-yard line for the Owls. Owls fell asleep on that, or the Warhawks fell asleep on that play, and the Owls are going to score. Owls score first. It's going to be 7-0. ULM continues to struggle on offense. So they come back out. Looks like they're going to go to a heavy set. Jamison in the backfield. They're going to give it to Jamison. Squeaks up the middle. Picks up a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 from their own 21-yard line. Carlisle back to pass. The Owls are bringing heat. Carlisle is able to slip to the edge and takes a very hard hit after he crosses the first down marker. Jamison again on the carry. Again squeaks up through the middle. It's going to be another gain of 8. It's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Owls are going to lead 7-0. Warhawks certainly not out of this game. But with 0 passing yards, you got to wonder how much longer the defense is going to be able to keep the Warhawks in these football games. Carlisle's going to have to figure it out. Figure it out quick because this season's slipping away. Jamison again on the carry. Squeaks up the middle. Picks up the first down. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Carlisle in the backfield by himself. Rolls out. Looks like he's got a lane. He can pick up a block. He's going to go inside the 30, the 20, the 15. Ducks out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A huge 42-yard carry for Austin Carlisle. He might not be able to throw the ball, but he will keep the game alive on his legs. And he finally completes a pass. It's going to be a 4-yard completion. Hopefully it gives him a little bit of confidence. He's 1 for 2 for 4 yards passing. Obviously doing a lot with his legs. Drops back to throw. Completes another pass. Just short of the marker to gain. It's going to be 3rd and inches from the 5. So Warhawks look to march down and put some points on the board of their own. Carlisle again drops back to pass. Nobody open. He's going to do it himself. Goes right up the middle. That's a touchdown, Austin Carlisle. And the Warhawks tie the game. Huge hit on the kickoff. Owls are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Wide receiver in motion. They hand it off. Big hit. Running back makes a nice attempt to stay on his feet, but lets his butt touch. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Nice little trick RPO play. It's going to be 1st down. Owls in the hurry up. Warhawks bring the pressure, but Caden Veldkamp is able to get the ball off. Be another 1st down for the Owls. And he gets free. Veldkamp delivers a bullet down the field. Touchdown, Owls. And Florida Atlantic takes the lead, 14-7, with 2:55 remaining in the 1st half. Cheney on the return, brings it back to the 25-yard line, where the War Eagles will take over. Carlisle and Jamison in the backfield. Carlisle drops back to pass. Dumps it underneath. It's caught for a gain of 7. Nobody's home up the middle. Carlisle's going to take off, do it himself. Carlisle's loose, makes one man miss. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Warhawks. What a scamper for Austin Carlisle as he rushes in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. Freshman showing he doesn't have to do it with his arm. He'll do it with his legs. Owls offense going to come back out on the field. 1st and 10 with 2:20 remaining in the 1st half. They keep it on the ground. Flemings drags him down with a diving tackle. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Clock's racing to the 2-minute warning. They're going to get another play off. They hand it off again. Gain of about 2. It's going to bring up 2nd. Bring up 3rd and 2. But not before the 2-minute warning. Drop back to pass. Quarterback's going to do it himself. Fleming misses the tackle. And the Owls pick up the 1st down. Clock's ticking. Minute 50 remaining. Again, back to pass. Dump it down over the middle. Fleming with a huge hit. Thought the ball came loose for a second, but he was able to hold on. 2nd and 2. And it's another dot across the middle as the Owls race down inside the 10. Finally dragged down at the 9-yard line. A minute remaining, 1st and goal for the Owls. Going to keep the ball on the ground. They're not. It's an RPO, and it's a touchdown. They're going to score. Vaslin is ripping apart this Warhawk defense in the 1st quarter. They're going to have to figure something out in the 2nd half. He is gashing them. Warhawks are going to receive the kick. 53 seconds and 3 timeouts. They still have plenty of time. She'd love to see him put some points on the board before halftime. Carlisle again in the backfield. Offense shifts. Carlisle drops back. Delivers a strike over the middle. It's caught for the first down. Warhawks look like they're going to hurry it up and not take a timeout. 40 seconds and counting. Carlisle gets the offense set. Drops back to pass. He is scrambling out again. Looks like he's got another lane, and he does. He's going to pick up about 20 yards with his legs before he's forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. 32 seconds remain, 1st and 10. Warhawks still have 3 timeouts. Carlisle's again back to pass, again doing it with his feet. Looks like he's got a naked wide receiver down the middle. Hits him, but it is dropped by Anderson. 24 seconds remaining. Warhawks still have plenty of time with 3 timeouts. Carlisle again back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Again looking for Anderson down the field. And Anderson drops it again. Wide open. The clock's going to come down to 17. 3rd and 10. There's some pressure. Carlisle rolls out. He's able to get to the edge. Makes one man miss. He runs out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10. Warhawks. As Carlisle has rushed now for 166 yards in the first half. Can he thread the needle? He's looking for his wide receiver in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Warhawks are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt to close out the first half. Kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. Still 1 second remaining. They're going to have to kick this off. Florida Atlantic's going to take a 21-17 lead into halftime. They squib kick it. Time expires, and they are able to make the tackle. So that will be our halftime score. The freshman Austin Carlisle really stepped up at the end of the half. Closed this game down. Oklahoma's got a 7-point lead on Georgia at the half. John Mateer looks to upset the Dogs. Ole Miss, 7-point lead over Florida. A&M upsets LSU and Lane Kiffin. And we're going to show our defense getting torched one more time before we get back into the second half. I guess 2 more times before we get back in the second half. Kelby Volson is killing our defense. 7 catches, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So we look for an answer to slow him down. The Owls, with the lead, are going to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. Warhawks are going to need a stop here. And it's a fumble. A massive hit. He's looking for his chin strap. The Owls are able to recover. They're going to take over at their own 12-yard line. Very unfortunate. The Warhawks could not recover that fumble. Little bubble screen, good for 9 yards. And bring up 2nd and inches to start the second half. Another big hit. But the Owls are able to pick up the first down. They're going to hurry back to the line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29. As the quarterback sacked, he fumbles, and the Warhawks recover. C.J. Wilson with the fumble recovery. And the Warhawks are going to take over at the Owls' 21-yard line. Carlisle back out. Has an open wide receiver, hits him, breaks a tackle. gets dragged down after an 8-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 13. The Warhawks look to take the first lead of the game. Jamison on the carry up the middle. Good for about 4. Be first down, Warhawks. First and goal from the 7. See if the Warhawks can punch it in. Carlisle gets hit as he throws. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up 2nd and goal. Still from that 7-yard line. Warhawks have struggled all year in the red zone. Certainly need some points here. And it's dropped. Carlisle gives his wide receiver a chance. Wide receiver can't reel it in. Brings up 3rd down and goal. Carlisle looks to get out the edge. He can't. He's going to be brought down. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 9. And here comes the field goal unit for the Warhawks. Pick is up, and it is good. Warhawks are unable to capitalize on the great field position. Only come away with 3. And it is a 21-20 game as the Owls receive the kick. Noah Flemings and the Warhawks defense is back out on the field. Another little bubble screen. Amos is able to bring him down after a 1-yard gain. It's only a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Looks like they're going to try to keep it on the ground. And there's Callender in the backfield making a huge stop. Loss of 3. Going to bring up 3rd and 12. Warhawks look to force a 3 and out and get the offense back out on the field. And it is intercepted. The Warhawks force another turnover and give their offense great field position for the 2nd drive in a row. Carlisle leads the offense back out. Hands it off. Cheney makes a cut up the middle for a massive 16-yard gain. And just like that, your Warhawks are back into the red zone. Jamison in the game at halfback. Takes the handoff. There's nothing doing there. It's dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. Carlisle back to pass. Blitz coming. Drops it down to Anderson. Airmails it. Almost intercepted. Falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Carlisle rolls out. He's got the edge. He's going to walk in untouched. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. And the offense is going to stay out on the field. They're going to go for 2 and try to make this a 7-point game. Carlisle again rolls out to the right. He's got Trujillo open in the back of the end zone. Trujillo reels it in. 2-point conversion's good. And the Warhawks are going to go up by 7 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Another massive hit on the kickoff. The 16-yard line. The Owls are going to take over at the 16. Another bubble screen. Nice diving tackle. Save only a 2-yard gain. Owls hurry back to the line. Pass floats right over Fleming's head. Flemings doesn't see it because he doesn't raise a hand to go get it. That's a completion. Picks up about 15. Owls 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to pass again. Looks like he might have got knocked down by a defensive lineman. Smith might have been the one to get a hand on it. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Owls keep the ball on the ground. Linebacker gets depleted. And they're able to pick up about 15 yards for another Owls 1st down. Amos is looking for his mouthpiece after that one. Drop back to pass. Dump it short. Immediately brought down by Jabari Tiller. Tackle for a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Quarterback's got all day to throw. Delivers a strike to Johnson, who picks up the first down before stepping out of bounds. Owls again continue with the hurry up back to the line. They're going to run the ball up the middle. Breaks a tackle, breaks another one, bounces off a defender before he's wrestled down the 29-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and inches for the Owls. Putting together a nice little drive here. Handoff again to the outside. Again breaks the tackle before he's chased out of bounds at the 24-yard line. First down, Owls. On the brink of the red zone. Another handoff up the middle. He's going to pick up another 15 yards down to the 8-yard line. They're going to hurry up. They're going to try to tie this game before the end of the third quarter. Owls again handed off up the middle. Huge hit by the safety. Running back's able to stay on his feet, bounce off the hit. Howling is there to clean up the tackle, and that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Ace is happy, dancing around. We only have 38 passing yards going into the fourth quarter, but we do have 264 rushing yards. The Owls are marching down to the 10-yard line, 2nd and goal. Can the Warhawks keep them out of the end zone, keep this lead? Bubble screen. The corner has a brain fart. Must not have been looking into the backfield at all because he continues to shuffle, leaves this guy wide open, and the Owls are going to score and even this game. And then the Warhawks pick up a frustration foul, roughing the kicker. Owls are going to accept that. It's going to be enforced on the kickoff. They're going to kick off from the 50-yard line. They kick it out of the back of the end zone. And the Warhawks are going to take over. 4 minutes, 57 seconds remaining from their own 25-yard line. We got a tie football game, ladies and gentlemen. Cheney up the middle. Another big carry for Cheney. Gonna pick up about 16 yards before he's brought down the 41-yard line. First down, Warhawks. Back to Cheney on the ground. Bounces off 2 tacklers. Before he dives down, picks up another 15 yards, brought down at the 46-yard line, down into Owl territory. 1st and 10, Warhawks. Cheney's going to get it for the 3rd play in a row. Picks up another 7 yards, brings up a 2nd and 3. Cheney's become a workhorse in this fourth quarter. And they're going to feed him again. And again, his best run yet, as he drags 2 defenders down to the 20-yard line. Cheney is doing it all himself, putting the team on his back. And 3 plays has brought the Warhawks down into the red zone. Jameson's going to take a crack at it. Again, fighting for every single yard. Picks up a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. Jameson stays in the game. Cheney's taking a breather. 2nd and 7. We go back to Jameson. Jameson up the middle. Gets met in the hole. Picks up a gain of 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Certainly down into field goal range at the 12-yard line. Carlisle takes the snap. Tries to do it himself on the ground. It's going to be just short of the yard to gain. Going to be 4th and inches from the 10-yard line. The offense is going to come out for the Warhawks. 3 minutes remaining in this football game. Jamison lines up in the eye. It's going to go to Jamison. He's going to be met in the backfield, and a huge stop by the big defensive tackle. And the Owls forced a turnover on downs. It's going to come down to the Warhawks defense. Little slip screen. Amos comes up and cleans it up. A 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Clock is running. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in this football game, and we got a tie game. Back to pass again on the run. He's just going to throw it away. It'll be 3rd and 7. A huge 3rd down play here late in the 4th quarter in our tie game. Again, drop back to pass. Throw it just short of the line to gain. He's going to be chased out of bounds. That's not going to be enough. And here comes the punt team for the Owls. 4th and 4 with 2 minutes, 44 seconds left in this game. The Owls are going to punt it back to the Warhawks. Great punt coverage. Dragged down immediately at the 31-yard line. And the Warhawks got about 70 yards to go with 2 minutes left. Jameson up the middle. 9-yard carry. Carlisle's hurrying the offense back to the line of scrimmage. For a 2nd and 1. Jameson again up the middle. Jameson again with a good kick carry. Picks up the 1st down with a little bit more. We got 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in this football game. Cheney back in the game. Gets the carry. Stiff arms the first guy. Immediately gets hit by the second. 2-yard gain. Carlisle's racing to the line of scrimmage. He's going to get the snap off for the 2-minute warning. He's going to do it himself. Carlisle's off to the races. Cuts it back inside. Beats one. He's dragged down at the 10-yard line. Austin Carlisle with a huge run. With less than 2 minutes remaining. Jameson up the middle. Jameson's going to get dragged down at the 4-yard line. The Owls are going to have to start thinking about using those timeouts. The Warhawks are chewing the clock. They're going to bring it down to about 1 minute 5 seconds before they call hike on this play. On 2nd down, Jameson gets it up the middle. He's going to score. Derek Jameson gives the Warhawks a 6-point lead as they knock in the PAT. They take a 7-point lead with 1 minute 8 remaining in this game. They get to lean on what has been the strongest part of this team, their defense, to close out this game. And here come the Owls offense. They're going to take over at the 19-yard line. 3 timeouts, minute 6 seconds. Plenty of time. They're going to throw a bubble screen on 1st down. Corner stays home, makes a good tackle. Gain of 4, keeps the clock moving. Owls race back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 6. They again take the short dump off. Noah Fleming's a huge hit right at the 1st down marker. They're going to say he had enough. The Owls are going to take a timeout. 1st and 10, 48 seconds remaining. They again drop back to pass. They got a guy open downfield. That's another huge gain for the Owls as they're out near the 50-yard line. 42 seconds remain. They do use their 2nd timeout. That leaves them with 1 with 42 seconds left. Down by 7. They take the short dump off. Amos is there, and they're going to have to burn their final timeout. 0 timeouts remaining. The Owls got 48 yards to go. They're down by 7. Only 36 seconds remaining in this contest. Let's see if the Warhawks are able to keep the Owls out of the end zone. Again, back to pass. Not a lot going on. And Callender comes up with a massive sack. Drags down the quarterback. That's going to burn some clock. 3rd and 12. The Owls race to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback again's got nowhere to throw the ball. He's just going to throw it away. It's 4th and 12 with 16 seconds remaining in this contest. The 45-yard line. The Warhawks can end this game right here. Drops back to pass. Throws it into triple coverage. And that's the game. The Warhawks are going to come away with the victory and move to 500. Carlisle takes a knee. And that is it. They are back to 500 after a rough start. Coach Brewski celebrating on the sideline. Very happy with the play of his offensive line after a lackluster performance through the air from Austin Carlisle. Only throws for 37 yards. That isn't the story, though. The story is what he did on the ground, along with those two running backs and that Warhawk offense. They exploded in the second and third quarter, scoring 28 of their 35 points. Take a look at what the stat lines say. Again, Carlisle, 38 yards passing with a 41% completion is not good. But what he did on the ground was unbelievable. He had 15 carries for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns. Derek Jameson had 13 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. And Donald Chaney had 9 carries for 103 yards, averaging 11.4 yards per carry. Very good job by the offensive line to allow them to open up those holes. Jaden Callender had a huge game on defense. 4 tackles for a loss, along with 2.5 sacks. You love to see a big game out of Callender. Should be close to giving at least a verbal. Austin Carlisle picks up Sunbelt Offensive Player of the Week with all those rushing stats. And we're going to go 2-2 into South Alabama. In Alabama. It looks like there's a 25% chance of rain. And that's going to do it for this episode. Don't forget, you liked the video. If you liked the video, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss an episode. I'm having a lot of fun doing this rebuild. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Leave a comment who you'd like to see us rebuild next. This one's nowhere near over. We're gonna ride at UL Monroe till we bring them to the promised land, deliver a trophy for Coach Teddy Brewski. But we'd love to have some backup ideas on deck, and the more engagement I get from you guys, the easier it is to make these videos. So don't be afraid to comment, give me suggestions, let me know who you'd like to see rebuilt next. God bless y'all.